What's up, fam? Uber Guitar Dude here. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to take a look at playing Commander online with your friends for pretty much free. Tabletop Simulator costs 20 bucks on Steam. It usually goes on sale for 50% off almost every single Steam sale. So pick it up. It's worth it. It does a lot more than just Magic. Truly, it's an awesome program. But today we're going to take a look at playing Commander in particular with all your friends. So the first thing we need to do before we actually jump in is download the workshop mod. So once we're on the Steam page, we're going to search for Tabletop Simulator and we're going to go to the storefront page. It's 20 bucks. It goes on sale for 10. Just snag it. It's worth it. I promise. It's so good. After you've bought the game, you're going to go up to the community tab and go to workshop. Once we're in the workshop page, you're going to search for Tabletop Simulator. That's right. You guessed it. Look at you. You're doing it. Once you're in the tabletop workshop search bar at the top, we're going to type in MTG 4-player scripted. Yeah, you like that? That was pretty cool, right? And you're going to see, oops, I baked a pie. Thank you so much for making this. This is the creator. Wouldn't be possible without you. They've got a 4-player table, a 6-player table, and an 8-player table. You can do some sick drafting and stuff on the 8-player table or a psychopath 8-person pod. It's crazy. But we're going to focus on the 4-player table for today. Scroll down and you should see the subscribe button. Once you click that, we've got everything done. It's time to boot up Tabletop Simulator. Let's dig into it. All right, so here we are on the opening page. We're going to go ahead and click create, and then we're going to do a multiplayer lobby. You can set this to however many you're playing with or however many you want to spectate. I usually do a public server, set it to a password, and we're going to set 4 because that's what we're doing. And then you're going to look for workshop, and we're going to go find MTG 4-player scripted for this. The Tabletop Simulator is awesome. It does all kinds of stuff. I mean, we've been playing a lot of Kingdom Death. The Monster Hunter World board game is really cool. Dark Souls board game is fantastic. Settlers of Catan, Betrayal. I mean, there's awesome stuff. We're going to focus on MTG 4-player scripted table and get on into it. So once you first open the game, you're going to come up and change your color to pick what seat you want to go to. We're just going to go ahead and sit in blue. The first things you should note, WASD is how you move in this, and you can also hold right click to actually like rotate the camera, look around. Your mouse wheel will zoom in and out. These are all basic things, you know, right click, left click. But not everyone knows that. So if you're just joining into this world, that is your foundation. So when you see the table, we have all kinds of stuff here. We have a big list of all of our icons and tokens and stuff that we can use here. So we first check this out. We have Defender, Death Touch, Lifelink, Double Strike, First Strike, Hexproof, Haste, Frozen, Goaded, Monstrous, Indestructible, Menace, Flying, Vigilance, Trample, Reach. We have all of our mana counters. We have a suspend counter, a loyalty counter. We have a card counter, a regular counter, text plus counter, node card, 1/1 counters, energy, experience, and poison counters. And all these, you can just click and drag them off like they all are infinite spawning. You just hover over a card. You can click and drag to select multiple things. We just hover over a single card, press backspace to delete it, or we can click and drag and delete all of them. All of these are completely interactable as well. I mean, left click increases, right click decreases, pretty easy. With the counters, you can adjust one side, you can adjust the other side, you can go down or up. The very top here, there's a button that goes in increments of 10. The middle will adjust both sides at once. Super handy. We use these for state-based checks instead of permanent counters, and I'll show you why once we dig into it. You also have your note card here that you could say, remember upkeep triggers. And you can adjust the size of anything if you want. So once you've grabbed it, if you press the minus key, it will get smaller. If you click the plus key or just hold it, it'll get bigger. And then, whoa, we won't forget now. And again, you just hover over and press backspace. You can access all your commander damage over here. So you can adjust this, you know, this is how you keep track of your commander damage. You also have a turn skipper. So once you grab this and put it down, it will no longer be your turn. And so once you're out of the game, you won't have to manually select end turn. Then you also have a little turn order thing for those of you that are new. It's pretty cool. There's also plane chase cards and treachery, which is a whole other thing. But anyways, we're going to come over here and we're going to check our importer. So we click this. And these are the sites that are supported on here. All you need is a URL from these sites. I really enjoy Architect. Architect is what I prefer. I know people use all kinds of stuff. So whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you use. But once you have a URL for a deck, you can just put it in here. It doesn't have to be commander. You can do standard decks. You can do draft decks. Honestly, anything, as long as you can make a deck on one of these sites, it works. You can also draft by typing in a draft code, which is pretty cool. And then you can also do cubes. We're going to focus on commander. So we'll go back in here and we'll go ahead and get a commander deck imported. So I use Architect for my deck building. You can use whatever you want. Once you go into Architect, you'll make an account and you can literally just click new deck and jump right in and start making whatever. I already have some built, but it's very easy. I've been loving this purple beanie robotics, as I call it. It's a Satya deck that I've been working on. And it has a lot of great information on it. This won't be an Architect ad too much, even though I love them and they're awesome. But you know, you can organize things however you want. It's super handy. Everything is really easy to get to. Let's say I want to add Academy runes in or whatever, but I want it to be considered a finisher. I can put it in finisher list. And then if you go up here, like, oh, now we have too many cards, so my deck is technically not allowed. The maybe board is just what I use to pick cards that, you know, I'm trying to workshop in still. It's all great stuff. Anyways, this is not an ad. So once you have all your stuff in here, you can also go through and see, like, here are some of the popular cards that people use with Satya or whatever commander you have. And then like, oh, I don't know what my land base should be. Here are some popular land based cards that you can use. And you can sort everything by categories and do like the syntax searches and stuff, which is just insane. You can also see beautiful combos and how to play them out, which is pretty cool. Or if you want to remove combos from your deck, you can go here and be like, oops, I didn't mean to have a combo in this deck. But once you've done all that, let's say you have your complete deck, it's literally as easy as grabbing this URL and pasting it in. Now, I will say, if you don't know what you want to play, EDHREC is a great site. Just go to edhrec.com and you can go look at top commanders and you can sort it by like recent, past week, past month, 2 years, or however you want to do it. And then you can go through and see what commanders are most popular. And now, usually this does correlate to power, but not always. I mean, you know, you can tune things however you want. But yeah, you can go through and just look at popular commanders and be like, oh, Marin, this was my very first commander. Like, that's cool. We want to check out Marin. So we'll click whoever we want. We'll click decks. And then you can go down here and sort by different categories and take a look at deck lists that have been made. So let's say, you know, we'll sort by price. We'll be bougie. And let's say, sure, let's see if this one is a good deck that we can use. And you'll click Moxfield, and boom, there's another deck list we can use. So if you use Moxfield, that works for you. But literally all you have to do is come up here and get this URL. And so if you don't have a deck made, you can easily go find them on EDHREC has stuff. Each site has their own thing. I just happen to prefer Architect to build decks. Yeah, I just really enjoy that. But anyways, so we're gonna come up here and we're gonna grab our URL and we're going to get in and import it back in Tabletop Simulator. So once we have our URL, we just copy and paste that in, and then we can click submit, and then it will spawn the deck in. So this is one way to do it. I prefer to grab these because each person can each have their own. The first thing you want to do when you get in also is to set your rotation degree. Is probably going to default at 15. You want to set that to 90. You just click that, set it to 90. Because if it's set to 15, it's going to be a real pain to rotate stuff. But if you set that to 90, boom, now it just snaps in 90-degree angles. And to do that, you hover over anything, cards, dice, whatever, and Q will tap to the left and E will tap to the right. So pretty easy. So we have our URL. We're going to go ahead and load in our deck. Once we load in, we're going to actually go ahead and get rid of, we don't need the deck loader. We don't need our tokens. So we're going to click and hold to pick up a stack of cards. And then we're going to press F to flip it over. And we're going to put it in this deck spot because all these spots are scripted. You can hover over it and press R to shuffle. And then again, to pick up the whole deck is click and hold and it'll move the whole deck. If you just click and drag quickly, it just picks one card. And then to regroup cards, you can click and drag to pick up all of them. You can press G to group them. And then you click and hold and put it back on top. And then you can shuffle with R again. We're going to put our commander up here. So if you have two commanders, you have the partner zone. This is your exile. This is your graveyard. We have all these buttons down here that are scripted, which is pretty cool. So untap, drawing, scrying, mill, and fan out reveal. And then you also have a mulligan. We go ahead and use the mulligans just to draw our hand. So if you left click this, it will shuffle your deck and draw 7 cards for you. Super handy. And then if you want, you just hover down here. You can hold Alt to zoom in on a card. If you scroll wheel in, it'll zoom in bigger. And again, whatever you're hovering over while holding Alt will zoom in on it. Then we can go ahead and if we like our hand, we can keep it. Otherwise, if we don't want it, we'll just press this and mulligan to 7 again. Or if you don't want to do it this way, you can click and drag these cards out, press G to group again, flip it over, put it there. You can manually shuffle with R, and then you can hover over this. You can click once, 7 times, or you can just hover over it and press 7 to draw 7 cards, or whatever you hover over. If I want to draw 20 cards, I can draw 20 cards. And so whatever works. The same is true for scrying. You have a scry zone over here. So let's say I'm going to scry 3. I get to scry 3 cards. No one can see these cards except you. This is a hidden zone basically. So you'll see like here people can see cards, but here they can't. And so we can see what we want. Let's say we want to keep that on top. We want to move this to the bottom. We want to move this to the bottom. That works. You can also surveil like that. There's a move to graveyard, so that'll just move it there. I mean, you can do it manually too, but whatever. Same with milling. So let's say you're up against some filthy blue player who's milling you a bunch, and you can mill. So once, if you right click, it does 3, but otherwise if you just hover over it and type a number, 10, milling 10 cards, or someone ulamogs you and there's half your deck gone. Pretty cool. How dare you. The same is true for the fanned out reveal. So maybe you're doing a Jessica's Will or something and exile the top 3 cards. You can manually go and click and drag them if you want, or you can go and just press fanned out reveal and it does the whole thing. So if there's 7 of them, it'll just do all of that, and then you can do this, which is pretty cool. If you want as well, say you're going to cascade or do a discover trigger, you can use cascade here, right click, cascade, let's say cascade for 5. And there's our guy. And then you can choose to do not cast the card or do cast the card. So we'll click the check. It'll automatically move the other cards to the bottom. And then we get to cast our fella, which is pretty cool. Or we can put it in our hand. You can also, when you're fetching out for a land, let's say we have this Misty Rainforest here. So we'd play it, crack it, pay 1, put it in our graveyard, and then we can get a forest or an island here. So I can right click. I could get a basic island if I wanted, because that's an automatic script, and bring that out. Or we go here and we go down to search, and then we can type by land, or if we want to see artifacts or creatures or sorcery, whatever, you can do whatever thing. So in this case, we're going to get a land, and you can hold Alt over here too. And sure, let's get this volcanic island. Just pull it out, give it a shuffle, and there it is. It's super easy. Everything's really cool. The scripts are there to make the game playable, but it's still pretty tactile, like real in-person Magic, which I love. Arena is really fun, and I enjoy Arena, but this is a great way to be able to get that feeling while, not being able to play in person. So another cool thing we have here, every card is scripted and has little buttons on it. So if we look, this is already activated because it's a planeswalker. And so all these are scripted. If you want to know how to do this, you can hold tab and point at things. Super handy. You can also press tab to make an arrow key go. But each card is scripted on the sides here. So you'll notice 1/1 counters. These are what we use for permanent 1/1 counters. So let's say, we have an effect out, a state-based effect. Like let's say I have something equipped to Satya. We use this for like the equipment or the enchantment, and then these are permanent counters. So that's just a way that my community uses it to keep track of like the difference between stuff. Whatever works for you. It's completely up to you. So if we go back over here, we have 1/1 counters. We have power and toughness, which you can change the power and toughness of a creature if you have something that is power and toughness changes. You have the loyalty. So here it is, not scripted. This is already scripted. Planeswalkers are scripted. So if you press the 1 here or -3, that's already built in. You have a way to make an exact copy, spam clickable. So if you make a bunch of copies of it, click and drag to backspace to delete there. You could re-import the card if something goes wrong with it, or if you maybe want a different version or something. And then the cool part is each card, and here's why we didn't need our tokens, each card has a way to spawn in the tokens that it can generate, or emblems if it's a planeswalker. So if we notice here, Elspeth's +1 is create a white soldier creature token. So if I click this, boom, there's our white soldier creature token. And let's say we do it again, you know, we can just make as many as we want. Super handy. Every card is scripted to do that, and that is like alone worth it. Very cool. If you right click a card, you can make a token copy as well, which, you know, is important for like Satya or whatever. And so, you know, it's the token version. One thing that we do is like, let's say you're cloning something. So if we spawn in a Sakashima, the way we do this, which I saw someone ask about in one of my videos, is so Sakashima enters the battlefield as a copy of another card. So we'll just make a copy of Satya or whoever we're going to copy. And if you hover over it and press minus or plus, you can change the size of anything. So I just make a little mini version and I just plop it right on top of Sakashima. And that way, you know that like, okay, this is Sakashima, but it's this version. He's this guy right now. And so you can still hover over this, get the full thing. You can still tell that it's Sakashima. And so it's kind of just an easy way to make your copy. But again, whatever works for you, that's just one thing that I do. And then, so Satya uses energy, so you just pull this out and you can keep track of your energy. You can put this wherever you want, you know, I just always put mine there. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. If you check out over here, we have all the dungeons that you can go into. I mean, you can click and drag them, and they're all scripted. So if you choose, so we start here, there's our goblin that comes in, put a 1/1, discard a card. Pretty cool. Same with the ring. It's all scripted, and you can hold alt on all these too. So switch to night, switch to day. If you're foretell, little crown for the monarch, the city's blessing on an adventure. I mean, it's all just, it's really cool. It's a great table. This is how you roll to see who goes first. Normally, everyone is here and the dice will automatically script to however many people you have. You just load it in the cannon and then fire the cannon, and your turn will start. Boom. And it highlights, there's your timer, your turn. And once you've done, like, let's say I'm playing, right? And I have, we'll put all these back in the deck. Another cool thing you can do if you're putting cards on the bottom in a pile, if you hover over the pile and press 9 on the number pad, it'll move to the bottom of the library. So let's say it's my turn, right? I'm going to untap, upkeep, I'll draw for the turn. I don't have a land, but I have this land. So we'll do this. We'll play a soul ring. We'll tap our soul ring. We'll play this talisman of conviction. And then our turn's over. We're gonna pass the turn. We're not gonna attack or do anything. Up here at the top, you just click end turn, and then it will go to the next person's turn. And that's why, like, once you're out of the game, if you grab this turn skipper, it'll automatically take you out of the game. So when it gets to your turn, you don't have to wait and manually click it every time. You can just let it automatically skip you. But yeah, that should cover most of the basics. If there's any questions you guys have, feel free to leave a comment down below, or as always, come to the stream, join the Discord, all that stuff. Everything will be linked below. But I stream every day on Twitch. I've been posting stuff on TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, and the reception to everything has been so cool. So thank you if you've watched any of the videos. Welcome to the Magic community. If you're new, I'm happy to teach people, happy to run pre-con games. We have people that play like CDH in the server, so the scale is all over the place. My biggest thing is I just want to have a good time. I want people to laugh. I want their deck to do the thing. And if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. As long as everyone's laughing and having fun, that's what Magic's all about. And Tabletop Simulator is a really great way to let anyone be able to play from anywhere. I mean, we can connect with people from all over the world, and I get to stream it. And I mean, it's just cool. It's awesome. It's awesome. As always, support your local shops. Go out and snag cards and stuff and product from them, because local shops are the heart and soul of all this stuff. But, you know, I can stream Tabletop Simulator, and a lot of my friends are online, so we get to play doing this. But I appreciate it. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them. And hopefully this helped you guys have a little more comprehensive view of Tabletop Simulator, and you can hop in. It goes on sale quite a bit, so hopefully you guys can come catch some games on Twitch sometime or in the Discord. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.